Hey everybody, Brandon Mason here with Eastman's Journals. And today we're going to take a look at one more piece of equipment that's a handy thing to have in your emergency kit, no matter what part of the country you're recreating in.
Down to just about freezing.
A few years ago, we here at Eastman's had an employee that was exposed to poison oak without really knowing it until the next day. We went back the next day to the spot that he was fly fishing in, and we realized that in our own backyard right here in Wyoming, there are poisonous plants that we didn't even know existed. Everybody's pretty familiar with poison ivy, poison oak, poison sumac that exists in the northwestern part of the country, in the eastern part of the country, but in the dry Intermountain West, we don't often correlate poisonous plants to the landscape that we live in because we don't see them often enough. Well, in our river systems, they are there, and it's definitely a risk that you need to be aware of, especially when you're spending time in the backcountry. But really, this is applicable no matter what activity you're doing, whether it's fly fishing, hunting, camping with your family, hiking, whatever the activity is in really any part of the country. This is something that you need to be thoughtful of. Well, a few years ago, we started working with a company called Tecnu. They've been around for a long time. Their inventor, Dr. Robert Smith, was a chemical engineer during the Cold War, and he was trying to develop a product that would waterlessly remove radioactive dust from skin. Well, he succeeded. On accident, his wife was exposed to poison oak in their own backyard, and she decided to see if it would work for wiping off the poisonous oils that come with poison plants, and sure enough, it worked. Well, the product has evolved into what's called Tecnu Original, and their son then, years later, Steve Smith, who's now owner of the company, discovered that exposure to poisonous plants is the #1 cause for workers' comp cases in the part of the country that they live. Now, Tecnu has become an integral part of first aid kits for field personnel around the country, and it's something that we even carry in our first aid packs into the backcountry. One of the great things about Tecnu is it can be used by wiping it on your skin and rubbing for 2 minutes and then rinsing it off with water, or if you don't have water, a simple cloth can wipe it off. It's both a waterless and a water application, so it's a very handy product to use. In addition to that, there's been other uses that have been discovered from using Tecnu. Now, this poisonous plant oils can also get on your tools or our camera gear, our hunting equipment. It can get on your clothing, it can get on your pets, and it can be used to remove those oils from all of those scenarios. It's also great at removing tree sap and pitch from clothing or gear. It's really a pretty universal product that can be used in multiple applications, including even removing skunk oils. Our editor, Dan Turvey, got to figure out what that was like a few years ago on his tramp line, and he got sprayed by a skunk, and it worked famously. There was no bathtubs full of tomato juice to take off the oils from him or anything. He simply used Tecnu, and he was good to go. So that's this week's tip. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more helpful tips just like this to help you become more safe and more effective while you're spending time in the outdoors, no matter what your preferred activity is.